Mindset Hub Tube, where we talk about the battles nobody sees before success finally arrives. Have you ever looked at successful people and wondered, how do they stay calm when everything around them is falling apart? How do they make hard decisions without breaking emotionally? How do they keep going when life becomes uncertain, lonely, and heavy? Because the truth is, most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because pressure changes them, fear controls them, self-doubt slowly convinces them to stop believing in themselves. And honestly, maybe you know that feeling. The feeling of trying your best while secretly wondering if you're enough. The feeling of carrying responsibilities nobody fully understands. The feeling of waking up, tired, smiling anyway, and continuing because life gives you no choice. That's why the CEO Mindset by Shiv Shivakumar feels so powerful. It's not just a business book. It's a book about learning how to think clearly when life becomes difficult. The book begins with one important idea. Leadership doesn't start when you get a title. It starts in private, in the moments when nobody is watching. The way you react to failure, the way you handle pressure, the way you speak to people, the way you manage your emotions when things don't go your way. Most people think successful leaders are fearless, but Shiv Shivakumar explains something deeper. Great leaders are afraid too. They simply learn how to move forward despite fear. And that changes everything. Because maybe you've been waiting to feel confident before taking action. Maybe you've been waiting for perfect timing. Maybe you've been waiting for life to become easier. But this book quietly reminds us that growth happens during uncomfortable seasons, not after them. The author talks about how leaders constantly deal with uncertainty. They make decisions without guarantees. They carry pressure silently. They fail sometimes. And still, they continue. That part feels deeply human, because everyone listening to this is carrying something. Financial stress, family expectations, broken confidence, fear of failure, loneliness. Sometimes people look fine outside while fighting battles internally, and the book keeps returning to one powerful lesson. Your mindset matters more than your circumstances, because circumstances change, but the way you think determines how you respond. One of the strongest ideas in the book is self-awareness, real self-awareness, not pretending, not motivational quotes, the uncomfortable kind, the kind where you honestly ask yourself, why do I react emotionally so quickly? Why do I avoid difficult conversations? Why do I constantly compare myself to others? Why am I scared to fail? Most people spend years studying the world, but never themselves. And eventually, life exposes every weakness we ignore. The book explains that emotional discipline is one of the greatest leadership skills in the world, because intelligence means nothing if emotions control your decisions. That's why great leaders pause before reacting. They think before speaking. They stay calm during chaos. And honestly, calmness is rare today. Everybody reacts instantly. Everybody wants quick success, quick money, quick recognition. But real growth is slow, painfully slow sometimes. That's why so many people quit. Not because the dream disappeared, but because progress became invisible. The CEO mindset teaches long-term thinking. Instead of asking, what feels comfortable today, you start asking, what kind of future am I building? That one shift changes your life. Suddenly, discipline matters. Your habits matter. Your time matters. Your focus matters. The book also talks deeply about learning, not just professional learning, personal learning, learning patience, learning communication, learning resilience, learning how to listen. And honestly, listening is one of the rarest skills today. Most people listen just to respond, but strong leaders listen to understand. Because leadership is not about controlling people, it's about understanding people. The author repeatedly shows that trust matters more than authority. People may obey power temporarily, but they only truly follow people they trust. And trust is built quietly, through honesty, through consistency, through integrity during difficult moments. That word, integrity, carries so much weight, because life eventually gives everyone a moment where doing the right thing becomes difficult, expensive, uncomfortable. That's where character is revealed, not during easy seasons, during painful ones. The book also speaks about failure in a beautiful way. Most people treat failure like proof they're not good enough. But Shiv Shivakumar explains that failure is information, not identity. That idea feels healing, because so many people are secretly ashamed of their setbacks, the job they lost, the business that failed, the dream that never worked out. But the truth is, every strong person you admire has survived disappointment. The difference is, they kept learning instead of surrendering. Another powerful lesson from the book is adaptability. The world changes constantly. Technology changes, careers change, people change, and many people break emotionally because they keep resisting change. But leaders adapt. They stay open. They keep learning. They don't let ego stop growth, because ego quietly destroys potential. The moment someone thinks they already know everything, growth ends. The best leaders remain humble, curious, willing to improve. And honestly, humility is misunderstood. It doesn't mean thinking less of yourself. It means staying open enough to keep evolving. The book also talks about loneliness, and this part hits deeply because growth can feel isolating. Sometimes people around you stop understanding your vision, your discipline, your priorities. You outgrow old habits, old conversations, sometimes even old relationships. And instead of feeling proud, you just feel alone. But the book quietly reminds us that loneliness during growth is not failure. Sometimes it's transition. One of the most emotional ideas in this book is responsibility. The moment you stop blaming life for everything, your power returns. Yes, life is unfair sometimes. Yes, people disappoint you. Yes, circumstances can be painful. But eventually, you realize you still control your response, your discipline, your mindset, your choices. And that realization becomes strength. The CEO mindset is really about becoming emotionally stronger, not louder, not more arrogant, stronger internally. The ability to stay steady when life becomes uncertain, the ability to think clearly during pressure, the ability to continue even when motivation disappears. Because motivation fades, but habits stay, character stays, mindset stays. The book also reminds us that success without peace means nothing. Many people chase achievement while emotionally collapsing inside. Stress, burnout, exhaustion. But real success includes emotional stability, meaning, purpose, healthy relationships. Otherwise, the victory feels empty. And maybe that's why this book feels different. It's not teaching people how to become powerful over others. It's teaching them how to become powerful over themselves, over fear, over distractions, over emotional weakness, over self-doubt. Because once you learn how to lead yourself, your entire life changes. And maybe you needed that reminder tonight. Maybe your life feels uncertain right now. Maybe you feel behind. Maybe you're tired of struggling silently. But listen carefully. Growth is still happening, even during slow seasons, even during painful seasons, even during lonely seasons. Some of the strongest people in the world once felt exactly how you feel right now. Lost, confused, afraid, but they kept going. That's the real message of the CEO mindset. Not perfection, persistence, not pretending to be fearless, learning how to move despite fear. And maybe your transformation begins the moment you stop waiting for perfect conditions. Maybe it begins when you finally decide to take responsibility for your mindset, your habits, your future. Because leadership always starts internally. One decision, one habit, one difficult day survived at a time. Thank you for spending this time with Mindset Hub Tube. If this story spoke to something deep inside you, if it reminded you of your own struggles, your own dreams, your own silent battles, then don't leave without carrying this message into your life. And if you know someone who feels emotionally tired, lost, or stuck in life right now, share this with them. Sometimes people don't need perfect advice. They just need hope. Subscribe to Mindset Hub Tube for more powerful book summaries and life-changing conversations. And remember this, your life may not change overnight, but your mindset can. And sometimes that changes everything.